Hey, everyone, welcome back. Thanks for coming again. I wanted to go ahead and keep this ball rolling and go ahead and get into my past and everything like that. Um, I think it'll definitely help give y'all a better understanding of why I'm doing what I'm doing, with the channel and um, what's going on with me. So I'll start pretty early. It might be a little bit of a longer video. Um, but just keep in mind, I just want y'all to know, who I am in a certain sense, um, and what brought me here to where I am today. So I was, born in Charleston, and my family moved to Greenville when I was young. My parents split up, so I'm in South Carolina. Um, but after elementary school, I started elementary school in second grade after homeschooling. And then I went to middle school in a private choir school. And we traveled the world singing concerts. And, I sang under, Robert Shaw and Seiji Ozawa and, had a lot of crazy, awesome experiences as a young person. I was just, before I was 13, I had been to, 5 different countries and on the other side of the globe and singing in Carnegie Hall and everything like that. But I learned a lot in that school. It was a private education, college level theory and everything by the time, I was in 8th grade. So I definitely took my music very far right away as a young child. Um, but yeah, after I graduated there, I went to high school and public high school, and everything just seemed really easy. I felt like I couldn't really click with anyone. I was always, the extra guy in all the different groups. Everybody kind of, it's like, oh yeah, that kid kind of person. Um, Everything was easy, it made no sense. I never understood the education system. It all just kind of was stupid to me. Nothing really made sense. I felt like I already learned all this stuff in middle school, and why do I have to be here? Was my attitude throughout high school. And I went back and forth to Ohio. My dad lived up there at that point, um, and I went to high school up there too, public school. Um, but I couldn't wait to just get out there and start living my life and trying to figure out what it is, and I did that. As soon as I was old enough, I moved out. I got my own place. I had a full-time job at a fast food restaurant. Um, and I cranked it out. I tried my best to be who I am and be my own person. And I spent a number of years actually going from job to job and place to place, kind of just moving around, trying to figure out what my place in the world was. Um, and I was looking, most of my family members are kind of paired off, married off, have their own situation and all that. And I always wondered, where is my person? Um, I, where is my person to share everything with? Who do I live my life with? So I spent a lot of time in that thought too. And I met a lot of people. I had a lot of interesting relationships. I've had a lot of different, interactions with all different kinds of people in all these different jobs that I've had. From every walk of life, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot about how people are living their lives, and what they think about what they think about how they should live their life, or why the reasons why they live their life. And I developed a lot of very strong connections with a lot of very awesome people. One guy in Columbus, a really good friend of mine, shout out Drew. He told me one time, and it affected me very deeply. He told me, regrets, don't have them. Just don't do it. Um, and it didn't really sink in until a few years later. He said, they're a waste of time. You're just wasting your thoughts. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting who you are. You're wasting your life. He was a very much life is sacred man. And I respect him for that. Looking back now, I didn't really take it to heart at that moment. Um, but I met a lot of different people, and it took me a little while, to realize the value, what I hold valuable in my life and why. Um, I spent a number of years, you know, trying to forget about everything that matters. And I did that in a very specific way. And, I didn't, all I wanted to do was concern myself with one thing, and it consumed me. It allowed me to forget about everything that has value in my life and what means so much to the human experience. And I allowed myself to do that for quite some time until one day I realized I just realized I can't go on having this consume me. I couldn't just have that be my only motive. So it took me a while to come to terms with that and to finally put it into action. But I did it. And, you know, I started to move on. I picked up the pieces, and I got back in under a roof, and I came through it, and I did what I needed to do because I realized that I wanted something more. But at that point, I still was trying to figure out who I am. I didn't know where my person was. I didn't know what my place in life is. And turns out, wondering that is exactly what my life purpose is. I'm going to school for psychology, and I'm going to make an effort to put what I've been doing with my life in order. So I'm going to continue that path, and in the far off future here, I'm definitely going to try to pursue my understanding of who we are. So yeah, that's where I'm going, y'all, and that's my past. And I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you learned a little bit more about me and what this channel is going to be about. Please understand, though, I still have different feelings about hoops I got to jump through to do what I got to do, but I definitely feel that there is a message to be shared here, and I hope y'all agree with me, and I hope you share and click that thumb, all right? Because this is going to be an amazing experience for everybody who's involved. And yeah, let's do it.